Once I have the coach positioned where I want it, I check the level in the freezer. An absorption refrigerator is the most important item to be level in your coach. Your head while sleeping is second on the list. Normally, my service umbilicals are under the couch, accessed through the rear doors. On this particular journey, my van was full of cameras and lighting, so I kept all my umbilicals in a storage box outside on my custom hitch assembly. Water, electric, and sewer. No cable. I don't have a television on board. I use an iMac. Over at the campground water spigot, I always attach my pressure regulator, a flexible spring-loaded connector, and a water filter of some sort. Once securely connected, I unfurl the hose rather than just stretching the coils apart. This tends to keep the hose lying flat, prevents tripping, and it just looks better, like you know what you're doing. On the van, I use a 90-degree brass elbow with another flexible spring-loaded connector. This reduces the leverage or stress at that water connection on the van. Less stress on that factory connection means less chance of breakage, wear, or leaks. And let's face it, less stress is why I'm out here in the first place. My 30 amp electrical connection comes next. Twist lock the connector to the receptacle on the van. At this point, I put a loop in the wire and loosely clamp it to the service hatch holder. My thinking here is that, again, there seems to be an undue amount of leverage or stress on that connection. By looping it up and over, I remove all the downward force created by the weight of the wire. This makes for a more stress-free connection, in my mind. Over at the electrical pedestal, open the cover and turn off the breakers. Turn off the breakers. Have I mentioned you should turn off the breakers? And always use protection. Always. You never know what's going on with that campground power. And it's a lot more palatable replacing a burnt out EMS for 300 fazools rather than a $5,000 air conditioner. Or worse, fry your whole coach. Plug in your EMS, then plug your coach line into the EMS. Turn on the breaker, and the EMS will do its job, checking and assessing the current before allowing it to pass into your coach. Now at this point, I like to tidy up the lines, coil them nicely, and tuck them under the coach out of the way. This is a sign that you are a true RVer, or just crazy. Now it's time to get down and dirty. Actually, with my setup, there is no dirty. This thing is self-cleaning. It's the sewer solution, which is a hydromacerator. You need an external water line to come in and connect to the system. Look here. I start with a flexible water hose. Green, not white. White hoses are for drinking. Any other, not for drinking. It's another mantra to live by. White hose for drinking. You start with the sewer solution jet head and tubing, my black threaded sewer connector, and my clear sight tube, which is a joy to watch in action, but necessary to know when your tank is clean. When I am traveling between stops, I sometimes let my gray water weep ever so slightly, just to alleviate some tankage. It doesn't do any harm to the environment. I store all of my sewer particulars in the cavity of the spare tire. It's cavernous in there. Soon I will do a video on how to make this modification. This one here is just a proof of concept, and it works great. As a double secret safety precaution, I like to get some sort of heavy weight to place over my sewer junction. Look around the campground for something, but make sure you put it back when you're done. Leave no trace. In fact, leave it better than you found it. That's another mantra. Now, I disconnected my fresh water line because not all of you will have a sewer solution, and I wanted the initial setup to reflect that. Now I have to add a splitter adapter to allow for my fresh water line as well as the water line for the sewer solution. It is absolutely necessary to include a backflow preventer on the sewer side. You do not want to contaminate your fresh with sewer. So now I reconnect my fresh line and then connect the hose going to the sewer solution. The water acts as a jet stream, pulverizing everything that passes under it and sends it shooting through the tube into the nether regions of the campground sewer system. It can push all kinds of waste a length of 30 feet and uphill as well. I have yet to have any serious clog issues. And the best part is it's self-cleaning. Just let it run until it's all rinsed thoroughly. I love this thing. So now you're all hooked up. In an upcoming video, I will show you how to empty and clean your black tank. A bit unconventional, but very effective.